This is The Jabber. I recently sat down with my eldest to watch Project Hail Mary. If you've seen it or read the book, you know it's a masterpiece. But as we were talking after the credits rolled, we kept coming back to one profound element. Ryland Grace, the main character, is forced onto a suicide mission by a world that weaponized his mind. Yet, at the very end, when he has the chance to return to Earth as a hero, he chooses to stay on an alien planet with his companion Rocky. He chose a raw, unfamiliar horizon because it was the only place he found true, uncompromised connection. Today, we are auditing the alien horizon. Using the blueprint of Project Hail Mary, we're looking at why saving your past doesn't mean you are obligated to live in it, and why the ultimate act of sovereignty is choosing a future that accepts you for exactly who you are.
It's Jabber time.
There is a massive difference between bitterness and duty. The amateur gets pushed out of a company or a social circle, and they let resentment poison their work. They want to see the old world burn, just to prove a point. But the sovereign operator operates on a different standard. Even when the world casts them out, they still do the work to protect it. They close the open loops, they fix the engine, they leave the ledger pristine. Just like Grace saving the Earth from light years away, even while knowing he would never return. Why? Because they don't do it for the applause. They do it for their own sleep architecture. They do it because a clean conscience is the only asset that matters. But once that duty is paid, the transaction is closed. They don't go back to the cage. And what do they find? Out there in the quiet of the deep. Not the cheap, easy, superficial connection of the crowd, but the hard-fought alignment of two peers trying to survive in the dark. Think about the labor of Ryland and Rocky, learning to speak to each other, one using words, the other using musical chords. It's slow, it's frustrating. It requires both to lay down their ego and patiently build a bridge, signal by signal. When you find an operator who is willing to do that translation work with you, whether it's a business partner, your spouse, your child, or a lifelong friend, you have found something rarer than gold. You have found your true alignment. So here is your sovereign calibration for the week. Stop looking back at the shores that forced you to sail away. Stop trying to fit your round peg into their square holes. If you are standing on the edge of a new territory, if you have found a place where you can build with integrity, with people who actually see you, stay there. It might look strange to the people back home, it might look difficult, but a hard, clean life in the unknown is infinitely better than a comfortable, compromised slow death in the past. Fulfill your duty, but keep your eyes on the horizon. The loop is open. Love yourself, keep jabbering.
The Jabber, the journal of a middle-aged family man.